Hi everybody, welcome to Turn the Page, and I am just trying to get, there we go, get adjusted here. All right, so first thing I wanted to say to everybody is I created a channel, two channels I have. It's Turn the Page, and then obviously there's another one that I have out there, is TTP Coast to Coastal. And I'm wanting to do, sometimes I get ahead of myself in life where I create something and I don't know what to do with it, as most of us probably do. We haven't really thought things through. But then I wait after time, a little bit of time goes by, and I think it's coming to fruition for me with this channel, TTP Coast to Coastal. And I hope you enjoy these type of stories. It's a little bit different from what I have done in the past. I'm kind of bringing to you local coastal stories. And the first one, obviously, I'm going to focus on is the Gulf of America, the Gulf coastal area here. And it is a lot of good things are happening here. And the reason why I'm doing this particular story is it's not to bring hopium, but it's basically is the hope, it's the fruition of what has been happening with the administration, with them saying, we're going to start building cars here, we're going to start doing a lot more, we're going to build up our infrastructure, so on and so forth. And these stories that I get locally are brought to me by my local news station, which is WKRG. WKRG. It's a small, I think it's based out of Mobile. And so I've brought to you guys one story in particular about the aluminum plants that are being built here. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the steel and other things that are happening down here. And this is like, if some of the kids that are going to school, understanding they're all brainiacs, they want to get their hands into development of technology and just making the future brighter for everyone, I got a feeling this is the area that it's going to be in. So with that said, let me jump into my story here. One second. And let me just try to get myself organized here. So I'm using a new application here, and bear with me, please. All right, let's see, I think I got that. And I want to go to this story over here. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to bring to your attention here is this particular story. It's the first steel ship comes off the lines at Austal in Mobile. And the company is AUSTAL, located in Mobile, Alabama. And so I just saw this story. It just kind of came out maybe 24 hours, a little bit longer than that. I can't play all of it for you guys, but I can play enough, or I could give you enough information. So this is the first steel ship that's coming off the lines, if you will. But then it's got integrated into Native American. It's a really good story. I'll play as much as I can without getting hit with a copyright, but that's what you're actually seeing here on the screen, are these Native Americans. So there's a christening that is actually happening, and the Billy Frank Jr. is the one that's actually being honored here with this ship. It's the first ever steel ship to come off this line with three more. They got three more that are coming with this. And so it's a really good story. It's a really good feel-good story for the economy. Let me put it that way. Let's just see if I can play a minute. Not even. I think I get 8 seconds. Oops, sound.
That's because the Billy Frank Jr. is the first ever steel ship to come off this line, with 3 more on the way.
Kind of marked a big change in the future of the shipyard. Now we're building both aluminum, both steel ships, surface ships, submarines, modules.
TATS-11 is a Navajo class towing salvage and rescue ship. Its namesake, Billy Frank Jr., was a veteran and a champion of Native American rights and culture. The homage means a lot to his family in the Nisqually tribe of Washington State.
We're recognizing one of our own Native American leaders, and I think that's such a huge message, because one of the things my father stood for was responsibility, respect, partnership, cooperation.
Pig and Frank, the ship.
Okay, so that is very powerful with the intentions behind this. If you know anything about energy intentions, this was pretty powerful. So let me just kind of stop sharing here and come back to you guys and kind of get into the brunt of my other information that I have here for you. And let's see, just bear with me for 1 second. It's hidden back here. All right, so Alabama is basically emerging, and I've been saying this, and so I got 3 stories. 3 stories was enough for me to say, okay, let's put this thing together. And I've talked about it on and off throughout Turn the Page with Janine. I mentioned it. And I don't really know if it's really one of these things that's grabbing anybody's attention, so I thought I would just do a solo video about this. So Alabama is emerging in the advancement of aluminum products, productions, if you will. So you've heard the current administration talk about aluminum, things that are going to be made here. I think Trump just mentioned it again the other day. And now we've got the drone technology, we've got the shipbuilding, and the combination of all these that have been invested into this area. So there's now a skilled workforce, the legacy of the industrial innovations, and this is why the state stands out in this area. Okay, people are constantly wondering, well, I don't have any jobs here. We hear everything about these executive orders. Take a look at other states, and this is what you should be doing too. So aluminum innovation in Alabama. Say that 3 times. All right, so Alabama's role in aluminum production is bolstering by the manufacturing and infrastructure of the economic development initiatives. Woo! What does that mean? The state has long been a history with aluminum. And the town that I actually live in, they do make, I'm not sure if it's worldwide, but it is definitely United States wide, of signage using the aluminum and steel. The Capitol has a statue of the Vulcan, which is basically about the steel. Look it up if you're kind of interested in this. So particularly in the aerospace and the shipbuilding, where the material is lightweight, the corrosion is resistant, and the properties are just a prize all the way around. The key example is Austal. AUSTAL USA, and it's based in Mobile. That was the video that I just showed you. It's become the world leading aluminum shipbuilding. Okay, so Austal expertise is in crafting aluminum vessels. Like the Navy littoral combat ships and expeditionary fast transport ships, it solidified Alabama's reputation in the sector. Additionally, there is a 4.1 billion Novelis aluminum recycling plant, rolling plant under construction in Bay Minette. That's the information I brought to you. And from what I was told in the first story is that it is actually 44 football fields long. We're not messing around here, folks, not at all. And you can find some more of these stories if you go out on YouTube and just put in WKRG and listen to this stuff. It's just extraordinary. It's all happening down here in little old Alabama. All right, so basically this aluminum recycling and rolling plant is under construction in Bay Minette, and it's going to open in 2026. I do believe that they originally wanted to open up in 25, and then it got pushed out another year. So what does this represent for the state's largest industrial investment? Big things. The facility will add up to about 600 kilotons of aluminum capacity to the domestic market. This is huge. It's going to reduce the reliance on imports and supporting industrials like automotive and aerospace with high quality aluminum. So this is good. This is where we want to go. So what does that mean? Maybe they use some of this in the cars. It's recycling. It's just, it could go on and on. Aluminum is going to be used in so many different things. The other thing that is has come out here recently was a story that I briefly touched upon last Saturday. Is people are always talking about these airplanes out there that are spraying the skies, right? They don't know what it is. They don't know what they're doing. Why are they doing it? But Alabama has a prominence in the drone development STEM. Did you guys know this? It's a robust aerospace ecosystem and military presence. So particularly in Huntsville is known for the Rocket City. The state hosts innovation companies like Aviva, I hope I said that right, which was unveiled in the Raven X in 2020 as the world's largest drone by weight, designed to launch satellites into orbit autonomously. Huntsville, Redstone, Arsenal, and NASA Marshall Space Flight Centers provide a fertile ground for research and testing, attracting startups and establishment firms alike. Where do you think all the jobs are going to go, you guys? The state focuses on unmanned aerial system, otherwise known as UAS. It extends beyond the military application with a commercial potential driving economic growth. Win-win. Alabama section is a potential FAA drone testing site, and its $294 million projected economic impact from the UAS integration by 2017. With further growth expected, highlighted in the leadership in this field. So there's where the technology, if you're wanting to work with drones and if you're already an expert in that area, I'm sure you're enjoying this information. Steel shipbuilding. Okay, let's talk a little bit about going back to the steel shipbuilding. Alabama steel shipbuilding surged. It's largely driven, again, by the Astel USA expansion in the steel production in its Mobile shipyards. Historically, it's focused on aluminum, and it broke ground in 21 on the steel manufacturing line with the production starting in April of 2022. $100 million investment, partially funded by the Department of Defense, positioned Alabama to meet the Navy's growing demand for ship steels. In such a light warships and Coast Guard offshore patrol cutters. Okay, Mobile shipbuilding heritage. It dates back to World War II when it produced the Steel Liberty ships. Complements this modern rival. So combined with Alabama's shipyard work on a large-scale Navy projects like the overhaul of the USNS Comfort, the state is reassessing itself as a dual aluminum and steel shipbuilding powerhouse. Okay, that is a lot. That's a lot that's going on in the state down by the good old Gulf of America. So why Alabama, you ask? Well, there's several factors to make Alabama an epicenter for these industries. And that's how I thought of it. I woke up, I saw this story, I said, wow, we're the epicenter of all the stuff that's happening. And people are out there, keying cars and, just doing nonsense things in these big old cities. And then you come down in the South here, and nobody's paying attention to us while we are growing and just thriving, if you will. So the one factor is the workforce and training. Alabama has a skilled labor force, and it's supported by various programs like AIDT. It specializes in training centers, meets the technical demand of the advanced manufacturing and aerospace. They're basically have done some strategic locations. The proximity is the Gulf Coast facilities, shipping and trade, while the state central position of the Southeast offers access to national markets. And I want to talk to you about the bridges that they're building out here, so don't let me forget. All right, so also the third thing is the industry synergy. It's a major player for NASA, Lockheed, Airbus, and they're just everybody's collaborating in the environment for innovation right now. How exciting is this? So the investment in infrastructure. So there's significant private and public investments, such as the Alabama Robotic Technology Park. Kids, look out for this. And the Novelis, Novelis plant, which is still under construction right now. That's the 44 football field's length, and it's going to have everything there, and it enhance the state industrial capabilities. Don't shy away from Alabama. A lot of people went to Huntsville for the space age stuff, and that turned out to be very significant. So now we're just coming down a little bit further south. So Alabama's blend of historical industrial strength, modern technology advancement, and forward thinking. Economic policies have positioned it as a leader in aluminum, drones, and steel ship, driving both national defense and commercial innovation. All right, so I am a resident here I'm probably about maybe an hour and a half from Mobile. Honestly, never been there. I am looking to go to see the U.S. Ship that is actually going to be dropped. It's still in Mobile. They're still renovating it to drop it into the waters of the Gulf of America for ecosystems or reasons. And I've just never been there. And so most of my news does come out from Mobile. That's why I've got the awareness of what's going on here. That's about I don't watch the local news. I don't pay any attention to it. It's not as bad as if you are watching a major network channel. Let me just say that. I jump around. I'll go back to Chicago and watch various other stations like WGN, and I can read through the bullshit. I'll hear we still have crime here, like they have crime everywhere. But it's just not as bad. And I'm an hour and a half away. I'm in between Pensacola and Mobile, and I think I've got the best of both worlds. If I was a young person starting out, I'd be excited about where I live here. Hospitals are growing, and we know the reason why that is, but hospitals are growing down here. The infrastructures, they have got, I think, 2 major bridges that are going up. People come down here to vacation. It's a tourist trap, as some people will say, for the ocean. But there's a lot of other things that are going on, and the roads are just expanding. And we see it every time we go through, the waterways. We can see all these huge bar ships bringing in all the materials that they need. And it's going to be really exciting. I said to my husband, when we lived in, I'm going to take a sidebar here. When we lived in Arkansas, I said, boy, this is going to take we watched all the roads to be built there also. Then we come down here, we're now seeing the roads were in place, but they need to be expanded. We're seeing a lot of this all heading south. Number 1, you can afford to live here. Number 2, their jobs are down here. And number 3, the people are just as kind as can be. Let me tell you something. When I first went from Chicago to Arkansas, we still had a lot of those characteristics of, I don't trust you, I don't know if I should trust you, that type of thing, to basically saying, hi, how you doing? How can I help? That type of thing. Then we come even further down here, and we happen to be in a particular area which was very similar to, I feel, as where we were at in Arkansas. And basically what I mean by that is nobody is from here. We're all transplants, right? People are retiring. Either they're retiring, or people who have grew up here, or people who are just coming down here for the jobs now. So that's a little bit about where I'm from and what's going on in my world. And I just wanted to share that with you. Again, it's not hopium, it's hope, it's faith, it's what is actually going on behind the scenes, while everything else is chaos that you're seeing out there. Like I said, I hope you enjoy this kind of stories. I want to bring you more of them on TTP Coast to Coastal, and just let you know that there is a lot going on. Come on down here, check out the waters. Well, today is everywhere else. The weather is really bad. You cannot go into the waters for the next couple of days here. They have alerts on all over. So when you come down to the ocean, please look up and study and get educated on the color flags down here and what they mean. It's so important for you. I won't go into any of that right now, but just to let you know, it is a beautiful place down here. At first I questioned the first year we were here, why did I do this? Why did I make that move? And, in hindsight, it's, I can look back, I can reflect back and say, this was a good move. And my husband even made a comment. He says, boy, if I was a younger man, I'd be over there, applying for those jobs where they're building all these ships. So, we could see it. We could see what's coming, and we're glad that we're here. And, it's just a beautiful place to live. Like you see, we have palm trees. We have humidity coming in now. And it's just all around extended summertime living down here. And, look into it, into the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, if you will. But then there are a lot of other people who like to go further south, down into Florida. It's all good there too. But guess what? This is going to be the thriving area, and that's what I wanted to bring you. So thank you for joining me here today. I hope you appreciate this. Please put in the comments if you'd like to hear more of these type of stories. Hopefully, I'll be getting out and showing you some of this stuff when the weather gets a little bit better. And I want to go up to Bay Minette. I want to show you the construction. I've seen some of the construction on the news. They're not that far along to really show you anything but steel beams. And maybe about another 2 or 3 months, we'll be able to show you more. And actually, the only way that you can actually see the whole construction site is by a drone. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you real soon. Bye now.